Welcome to the fucking metaverse.
Also, it's really like easy to look at people's experiences and see just sunshine and forget that like everyone feels all the emotions. And what you're saying is that it's, or what I'm hearing you say, what I'm understanding, are societally, we're told that we're not even supposed to like be unhappy ever.
Yeah.
Right.
You feel unhappy, take a pill.
Yeah.
You feel like we are supposed to have all of those emotions. I had a therapist say to me once, how do you know that it's like, what kind of day is it out right now? He said, look out the window. And I said, oh, it's a beautiful day. And he said, how do you know it's a beautiful day? And I was like, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
because I've seen a bad day. And I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
It gets a little weirder, like for us right now, at least for me, it may be a little bit. I don't know if you can relate, Greg, but like, we've become kind of like pseudo public people to some extent because of our success.
In a way that you clearly were not pre-docs. Like it was very much the opposite.
Yeah, I didn't want this. I never wanted any level of attention. I always thought that like it was like, I just wanted to be judged based on my work, It's like my whole life, I never really cared about anyone knowing who I was. And then it's weird. It puts me in a weird dynamic. There was like, it's probably sharing way too much, but like the day that we posted that thought piece that was getting a lot of traction, that was like one of the worst days of my life. I had a colonoscopy and I was making a joke about it on Twitter that day actually. But what people don't know is that I aspirated on my bile, got aspirated pneumonia, was in the ER all day. And then my own mother was also in the ER that day because her fucking colon twisted. We were both like on the verge of fucking dying because I instantaneously shot up to like 105 fever. It was like fucking scary.
Crazy.
Like, and it was like, but it's like, and it's a weird dynamic where I'm like, I swear to God, I went in the Discord and was like making jokes. And I wasn't talking about this, but I was just like, I didn't want people to know that I was going through something really horrible. Yeah. And it was a very weird time. I don't know.
I think one of the things that I've noticed more recently is in relation to that, but is people in the space. There's a lot of like heaviness in right now to what's going on in the world, but then there's also like the 24/7 cycle of the NFT space and Web3 space it's like wears on people. Yeah. And people are sharing about it, are starting to. Yeah. And when they're sharing about it, like the engagement on that stuff is through the roof because other people are like, oh my God, you too, right? Like there's that shared back to connection. Like, because you see it and you're like, oh, well, that person must be like killing it all the time, right? Like, and when they're like, actually, I'm not, I kind of feel fucking weird. Or some, people are like, oh my God, like me too,
It's hard for me to feel like fully authentic with my like own struggles, because it's like, I don't feel like it's my place to share them with the community based on our positions within it. It's like, I want to be as much of a blank slate as possible because of what we do and what we're building, particularly for the BAYC, Yeah. And I'm not trying to kvetch. I'm not trying to like, oh, woe is me. I know Greg's going to tell me to cut all this, but it's
no. I mean, it's just
real.
He's editing you right now.
It's wild. Yeah. I mean, it's just also like funny. That day I was like writing parts of that shit like in line at Disney World.
Yeah. You were supposed to be on vacation,
family vacation,
and it didn't even work out.
COVID basically, but it was like, this is important today. We got to get this out. So like, here, I'm gonna do this right now instead.
There's an expectation that you would say something,
or just the space doesn't stop, and we have a lot of like responsibility within it, and I don't know, just like we always feel like we got like a fire under our butts.
That same photographer that I was talking about, I was talking about the Bored Ape Yacht Club to her as well, and she was like, you're not like the other apes. And I was like, no, I am. And she was like, but you're like really nice and cool and you're not like a bro. And I was like, yes. And that's something that we talk about, why we love the project so much and why we wanted to know you all, is that it's what you just said. You have a lot of influence and responsibility, and that's really important to have that, and that is to have that balance, because like people's lives matter and what you say matters, and we've recognized that in you all and in your team, and how you've moved through your success and with your success, and we really admire.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, and
it goes both ways, by the way. We deeply admire you guys.